Hey guys, this is a short video to show how the new software we developed will work. Uh, Lots of you have expressed the interest to see it in action. We don't have time and you don't have desire to see the whole thing in action, but what I'm going to do here is run a short demonstration video, and we're going to run, let's say, a 5-driver 10-car race just real fast to kind of show you, basically how it works. There's several features and scenarios that I'm not going to get into because it just we just don't have time to go through it all. But basically, this is how it would work. On your main screen here, you've got a set up new day of racing. You got to enter racers and cars, start a new race, load the price of the car, restart the race, of course, exit the program. Set up new day is what you would do to clear out all the, not necessarily data, but it would clear out all the data from the previous race. It still saves the car name as well as the driver's name. Several of you have asked me, do I have to enter the drivers and the cars every race? No, you don't. It saves the cars associated with the driver, and I'll get to that in just a second. Enter racers and cars is exactly that. That's where we would enter who is racing today. Start a new race, starts the race. Load the price of cars. I'll show you that real quick. Price of the race per car. We'll say it's a $5 race, and the price for buyback, we're going to assume it's $2 buybacks. That's what that is, and I'll show you again that in a minute. The restart race is a feature we've added. Let's say for some reason you're having a big race. You have a 300 or 400 car race, and for whatever reason the power goes out, or the computer crashes, or something uncontrollable happens. You can go back when the power comes back on, whatever the case may be. You can go back to restart race, and it will start exactly where you left off. You don't lose what has already happened. That would be bad if you were halfway through it and you didn't have anything on paper to back yourself up. Then it would, you'd lose it. So that's what the restart race does. The program is constantly saving every move you make as far as pairing up the cars. So worst case scenario, you would lose the round. You would lose the round that just happened. Not the round, the race that just happened, not the whole round. That's what restart race means. So let's go enter racers and cars. If you'll see, the last race I had Dustin, Fred, Josh, Kobe, and Little Rat. 5 guys, and they're in the race. Mark, Marshall, Nikki, and Ray are not in the race. We can very simply add Mark to the race by clicking on his name and selecting adding to the race. Just that simple. Didn't have to type in a car, didn't have to type in anything, assuming that he's going to run the cars that he raced in the previous race. Let's go to Dustin. Dustin has 2 cars, Gas Monkey and Summit. Is that what we want? Yep, Dustin wants to run those. Number of cars is 2 at $5 a piece. That means Dustin owes $10. It just calculates how many dollars that driver would owe for that race. Doesn't take light money into consideration. It's just the race pot. Is this car racing? Yes, it is. Now, if you'll notice, it moved Dustin into the race. So now we've got Dustin, Fred, Josh, Kobe, and Little Rat that are in this race. Mark is not in the race, but his cars are saved. I'll show you. Mark has the truck, Novocaine, and Stroker. It would cost him $15 to run. Is this car racing? No, he's not. We didn't add him to the race. That's what, up here at the top, you can type in a new driver's name, add his cars. It keeps it for their own evermore until you delete him. It will hold 300 drivers' names, and we can run up with 15 cars per driver, and we can run up to 1,200 cars in one race. Let's get back to the main screen, and we're going to start a race. There you go. It will not, guys, I repeat, will not pair you up with yourself until there is absolutely no mathematical moves left. Then it shows you the remaining cars left at that time. We fooled it into thinking such a scenario, and basically if you had 5 cars left and Josh had 4 of them, then there's no moves left to keep Josh off himself. It'll display you what's left, allow you to still select or move a car around so you can manually run the race out from there. Be pretty simple if Josh has got 4 and Dustin has 1. Basically, that round there is your final. Josh would catch 1st through 3rd. Dustin would get 4th. At the bottom, you can see you've got a resort, a scroll, a change lanes, a down, a move to buy, and a tag buy. It's real easy to see the whole screen here because there's only 5 rounds in this particular race. At the top, it says round 1. There's 5 racers, 10 cars, and we're going to have 5 races in this round. If you're not happy with Dustin being back-to-back, you can hit the down key. It says enter number to move from. We'd move from 1. We'd move Dustin. We're going to move that whole pair down to 4, let's say. Bam, there he goes. Now we've spread Dustin out. The rest of the race looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and we'll run it. So let's assume Josh won. And again, guys, we're only dealing with the left lane. Makes it very simple. Did Josh win or lose? Did Little Rat win or lose? Yes, Josh won. Are you sure? At the bottom, that's a double check safety for yourself in case you happen to hit the wrong key and screw something up. And again, I'll get to that in just a second, how we can review this round. But yes, I'm sure. Pops to the next round race. Dustin or Little Rat. Yeah, Little Rat won. Did Fred win? No. Fred lost. Did Josh win? Dustin win? No, Josh didn't win. Did Colby win? Let's assume, yeah, Colby won. Race is finished. Now it's time to buy back. Do you want a summary of the last race? Yes, we do. Here it is. There's the exact summary of what happened with the number of round that it happened or race that it happened in. If there's an argument, if a guy says, I don't know, I lost that one or I won that one, you can always go back and review. Your round or your races should correlate with the TrackMates review the data. So in the 3rd race on TrackMate, the TrackMate's always going to be right on win or lose. You can go back and make sure that Fred lost and Colby won. That's what that's about. If you find an error, you can fix it. On this line here, this will change winner and loser, okay? Okay. Josh, winner. Want to change that? Oh, go back. Josh, winner. Hang on. X, you want to change that? Yes. Josh, loser. It's hard for me to do this, guys, and look over a camera. Sorry. Let's assume that we're happy with the way the review of the race went. So we'll get out of that. We'll go back. Now it's time to buy back. This do you want to add cars now feature, what that means is let's say you started the race at 7 o'clock and at 7:15 a guy walks in and says, man, I'm late, but I really would like to race. You can enter more cars at the end of the 1st round is what this means. So if somebody walks in late and he's got, 10 cars he wants to run, instead of sending him on his way, you can add him in if you want to. That's what that is. Plain and simple. Just let you add more cars to the 2nd round. So we're gonna say no. Are you sure you don't want to add more cars? Yes, I'm sure. Here's the buybacks. Josh, do you want to buy back? If Josh wants to go home, you can hit N. Josh doesn't buy back. If you want to enter 0 to pick the ones you want to buy back, you can select the cars you want to buy back, or yes to buy them all back. We're going to buy them all back. There's the 2 that I lost. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Now to Dustin. We're going to buy all of Dustin back. Dustin only lost 1. Am I sure? Yes, I'm sure. Here's Fred. Yes to buy them all back. He lost 2 cars. We're going to buy him back. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. There's the 2nd round. Totally random again, guys. Round 2, number of racers 5, number of cars 10. 5 races in this round. Same thing. We'll just run through this and just randomly. Did he win? Yes. Did he win? Yes. Did he win? Yes. Did he win? No. Did he win? Yes. Race is finished. Again, we can review if we want to. We're going to choose not to. It's sorting. 3rd round. 3 racers left. 5 cars remaining. Number of races 3. All right, here's where the buy comes in. The program automatically, randomly selected Little Rat in the Banshee has the buy. Right here. If you want to select a random buy, which is exactly what happened, that's where Little Rat comes into play. If you are running this run or this race on reaction time, then you would go to your TrackMate, select data, see who got the best reaction time, and let's assume that it's Dustin in, well, let's say Gas Monkey. Dustin in the Gas Monkey. So we want to move him to the buy. Can't move him because if you do move Dustin to the buy, that's going to put Little Rat back on top of Little Rat. And like I said in the first place, the computer will not run you against yourself. So in this situation, we could do one of two things. We could reshuffle. And now here's Dustin. We want to move him to the buy. So what we'll do is we'll change lanes and we'll move Dustin to the buy. Bam. Now Dustin in the Summit as the buy, and it moved Little Rat up next to Fred. Now we want to tag the buy and write something in there. Dustin in the Summit, and we'll just write the word buy. That lets us know from now on that Dustin in the car Summit has had the buy. Just kind of, as long as he stays winning, we don't want to give it to him twice. That's what that's for. So let's go ahead and run this one. Did Little Rat win? No. He didn't win. Did Little Rat win this round? Yes, he won it. And then, of course, he automatically wins. He's got the buy. Are you sure? Yes. We can review the round if we want to, or we don't have to. Here's the fourth round. Still 3 drivers, 3 cars, 2 races. Did Little Rat win? And Dustin caught the buy. Again, we could swap any one of those guys to the buy position. Dustin in the Summit has had the buy. So here we go. We'll just... we'll move Little Rat and the Banshee to the buy, assuming he got it. So we'll just move him to the buy. There he is. Now we're going to run it. Yes, he won. Obviously, he won. Don't need to summary of it. Final round, round 5. 2 racers, 2 cars, 1 round. Here it is in the final. For some reason, want to change lanes. Change the lane. Did Little Rat win? No, he didn't. Are you sure? Yes. We can review that round 2 if we want to. Dustin is the winner. Plain and simple, guys. That's how it works. Program's over. Go back to start. We want to set up a new race day. Are you sure you want to? Yes. This will clear all data. Yes. Actually, okay. Here we go. So when we enter racers and cars, nobody's in the race. But if we click on Dustin, his cars are still there. A lot of guys have asked that. Does not delete your cars. There it is, guys. Not a whole lot of bells and whistles, but man, it sure does shave time and effort off of a race, adds the random factor to it, eliminates arguments, really makes for a smooth program. Again, when we tested it a couple more weeks, feel confident that there's no issues. I'm 99.9% there now. But again, when we get some more time under the belt, we'll start letting you guys buy it. Thank you very much.